I'm Lori. Welcome to my apartment. Today, it's nice out and it feels like it's actually the first day of the year. I, or at least my year, I don't know, the beginning of something. It feels like spring out and I'm excited. I got a little too, I guess I was really wanting spring to come. I planted some seeds, it's a bonsai tree, like a little bonsai tree. I've always kind of loved them, but I guess it takes 2 to 3 months to sprout, and then I'm not sure exactly how you do it, but I'll figure it out because I'm growing one, and I know someone else that loves bonsai trees too, and I bought her one, so maybe we can kind of grow them together, and I don't know, I just thought that would be really cool because she's a good friend of mine. But I don't know, kind of has me thinking sowing seeds is kind of a metaphor. You know, you reap what you sow. I try, well, I am fairly idealistic or optimistic most of the time. Sometimes I can be highly critical, at least in thought anyway. But since, when I was drinking, I was very critical. I'd tell everybody about themselves and be real hateful. But in recovery, probably after the first year and a half maybe, I was kind of on what they call like a pink cloud, which is everything's going really good, at least in like one area of your life, and I was taking time and I was exploring kind of what I liked and what I wanted to do, and I'm glad that I took time to do that. Now I kind of look back and maybe I could have worked a little bit more and made a little bit more money and had myself set up a little bit better right now, but I guess I needed that, and I just have to trust God that whatever happened, I needed to have happen. But just like sowing seeds, I like to be optimistic and see the good in people. I think I've said that before if you've watched any of these. So many people in recovery, we've done bad things and we think bad thoughts, and that perpetuates the cycle. It's a lot of shame and guilt and regret, and we're sorry, kind of, people get sick of we're sorry when you never change and quit doing drugs or drinking. But those thoughts and that, it kind of keeps going. It's just kind of like a vicious cycle. So something has to come along and break that cycle, and that's kind of what the programs are about. Now, different programs take different approaches, but like with me, my thinking changed. I had to put some effort into it. Just not that there was a war in it, but where's my focus going to go? And and I guess, like with the seed analogy, that would be my water, I'm watering, what will grow. And so I think that's kind of where gratitude comes in, like I was talking about on my last podcast. Am I going to look at what I'm grateful or what's wrong in my life? Am I going to look at all my bad attributes, or am I going to look at some of my good ones? Am I going to have a balance on them? I think the pink cloud is where, you feel good, things are going good, but it can't continue forever. Something's going to happen that'll kind of knock at least me off of, my pink cloud. But I think the balance is kind of, if we were talking about, like the subtle body or chakras or something, it would be like the heart chakra, where you kind of, and I got that from a friend. One of my friends is really good. I should probably give him credit, but I don't know if he wants me to mention his name or not. But to kind of live from the heart, and that's not like a bleeding heart, but it's just more balanced. Instead of being high in the sky or way down low, you live from the heart, and then you can kind of help people, and you can have a balanced view. But I still like to see like the good in people. So I want to, sow seeds that are good. I want to be encouraging, but I still have to call people out in recovery if they're going down the wrong path or acting a fool kind of thing. Like, that's part of being a sponsor. At least sharing my experience, because I was kind of difficult. I was more than kind of difficult. I wasn't like a raging person. I was kind of raging inside, but I saw a lot of fault around me, and I was going to tell people about it, and it didn't help any. So, but I did have to have, as a woman, a lot of times I would stuff my emotions, and sometimes I wouldn't say anything. And I did have to have a period of time where I had to speak my mind, and I still have to speak my mind sometimes. And then sometimes I need to keep quiet, and try to look and see, do I have the right perspective? Do I know exactly what's going on? I can give you kind of an example. And it's kind of embarrassing for me, but I was joking with the lady and kind of joking around with people around the situation, but somebody that was really always afraid every day she was going to wreck, and it was all this about driving and all these problems about on and on and on, and then eventually, and I was joking about how overly dramatic she was. But then I realized that, she told me that she had a horrible accident where she flipped the car and her kids were in the car, and how scary that was for her, So I didn't have that information at the time, but, that explains a lot, and I didn't have that information. Now I don't feel really bad because I wasn't really mean about it. We joke around some, but it explains a lot, so I have a point of understanding kind of that, and I can point that out to her, maybe you're afraid now because of what happened before, kind of thing. But yeah, I kind of got lost in my train of thought there. Yeah, but seeds, I'm going a little bit indoors, and then hopefully, I've got the bonsai tree, and I'm going to plant some, I don't know, at least herbs. I can be kind of a food snob, but then sometimes I can just eat like peanut butter and jelly. So, but fresh herbs are really good, and so I'd like to grow them. Now they don't grow as well in a pot, but that's what I got to do, and that's what I'm going to do. But I'm excited to grow something this year, and to see what's going to grow in my life and the lives of people around me. I try to celebrate other people's successes. It really, when you see people that are really low and you see them work their program and have a support system and do what they're supposed to be doing, like going to work, being a good community member, those kind of things, their life gets better. They have a higher power, they have a relationship, and it's not just them where they feel all alone kind of thing. But when their lives get better and they start to get relationships back and become more successful, that's just, it's something to behold. I tell you, it's probably the best part about staying in recovery. Well, it's one of the best parts. I don't want to drink again ever. I want to do what I have to not drink again ever, because it's just awful. It's awful. So it's awful for me and everybody around me, any employer, anybody I'm come in contact with. So it's a big change if one person gets sober. So maybe it'd just be a bunch of sober seeds this year. So plant them around, and I think that's all I got. All right, bye.